Okay, now we'll study Newton's first law of motion. Now, Newton's first law of motion actually came from Galileo's law of motion. Newton has just combined them in a statement, and that is called Newton's laws of motion. But this observation, what Newton has made, it was first observed by Galileo. And he observed that if a body is at rest, it will remain at rest unless an external force is applied to it. And if a body is in motion, it will always remain in motion unless an external force is applied to it. So this is called Newton's first law of motion. Now what Newton's combined them and told कि a body continues to be in a state of rest or in a state of motion in a straight line unless acted upon by an external force. So that means, say a football is there, if somebody kicks the football, then according to Newton's first law of motion, the ball will remain in motion. And unless the ball is kicked by somebody, the ball will remain at rest. It will never move. So a body continues to be in a state of rest unless an external force is applied to it. Similarly, if somebody kicks the ball and the ball is moving, then the ball will always move and move and move. It will never stop unless an external force is applied to it. And you can understand this ball, after traveling to some distance, it will stop because an external force is applied to it, and that is called frictional force. And if I imagine that there is a surface which is frictionless, negligible friction, no friction, and practically it's not possible to have a surface which is frictionless. You can have less friction, but frictionless surface is never possible. But imagine this is frictionless, no friction, zero friction. So that means if somebody kicks a ball, then ball will continue to move and move and move and move, and it will never stop. And that is the reason, in a normal ground, cemented ground. Now if you just take a marble or a glass ball or a paperweight and just revolve it, you will see that it revolves and revolves and revolves, and after some time it stops. But with the same ball, if you use in a glass floor or a glass table, you will see that, and then if you revolve that glass object on the glass table, then you will see that the object is revolving for a greater time, for a longer time. It's not stopping very quickly as it was stopping in a normal ground, because in a normal ground the friction is more, and in that glass surface, the plane surface, the polished surface, the friction is less. So that is Newton's first law of motion, that a body continues to be in a state of rest or in a state of motion in a straight line unless acted upon by an external force. Now from that only the concept of inertia comes, from the Newton first law, and therefore Newton first law is also known as law of inertia. What is inertia? Inertia is the tendency of a body to retain its state. That means the body tends to retain in its previous state. So that tending property is called inertia. Now tends to retain its state means what? If a body is at rest presently, then it tends to remain at rest although a force is acted on it. But for a fraction of time, it tends to remain in states and then it starts moving. So it does not comes to motion all at once. And that is called inertia of rest, because so long the body was at rest. Now suppose this is a a bus platform of a bus. Just imagine. And this is a person, the 2 feet of the person. And the driver started the bus suddenly. Then what happens? This passenger tends to fall backward. Now, why the passenger tends to fall backward? It is due to inertia of rest. Because so far the passenger was at rest, because the bus is at rest. So the feet of the passenger, the whole body of the passenger was at rest. And if the bus driver suddenly starts the bus, then this platform of the bus goes forward, and along with this platform of the bus, the 2 feet of the passenger also goes forward. But what happens? The upper part of the body remains at a rest for a fraction of second, for a fraction of time, and that is due to inertia of rest, because so far the body was at rest. So it cannot at once jumps to motion, comes to motion all at once. So it takes some time to come to motion. But since the bus has suddenly starts, the lower part is in contact with the bus, and therefore bus, in fact, it goes forward. But the upper part of the body remains at a position of rest for some times. And that's the reason, the passenger tends to fall backward, because the feet goes forward and the body remains at rest at that position only, and therefore the passenger tends to fall backward. And if the passenger is not holding anything, then the passenger falls also. So that is called inertia of rest. Okay, so many examples you will have inertia of rest. Okay, you take a glass tumbler and take a postcard over it, keep a postcard over it and keep a coin over it, on the postcard, and just quickly pull the postcard. You'll see that the postcard goes and the coin falls in the glass. So that's inertia again, because the coin tends to remain at rest for some times. So lot of examples are there. Even in a carom coins, when you place the carom coins in this way, when we play rupiah paisa and all, and if you hit the striker, then sometimes what happens, this coins get out and the pillar remains intact, pillar does not fall. So that means the lower part is in motion, the upper part remains at rest. So there are lot of examples. Very important. Give reason. It comes in an exam. Give reason why a passenger tends to fall. Similarly, fruits and flowers from a tree falls when you shake a tree. Okay, when you shake a tree, so all those fruits or flowers that is hanging, and if I shake the tree, then this fruits fall. Why? Because when we are moving the tree, shaking the tree, these twigs are coming in motion, but at once the fruits are not coming in motion. So fruits are remaining at the for a fraction of second, they are remaining at that position, but the twigs on which it is hanging, they are in motion. And due to this, what happens? The twigs breaks from here and the fruits falls. So repeatedly, when you do then what happens? The twigs comes in motion and the fruits remain at rest for a fraction of second, and therefore it falls. Similarly, dusting a carpet, when you beat a carpet or a sofa with a stick, you see dust comes out. So in that case also, where say these are the dust, and when you are beating with a stick, the carpet get pressed, but the dust remain in that rest position, and therefore the dust blows out. So like this, you have many examples. You should learn all. this explanation. So that is inertia of rest. So that's the tendency of a body to remain at a state of rest. That is called inertia of rest. Similarly, the reverse is the inertia of motion. The tendency of a body to remain in a state of motion for some time. Now again, if I give you the example of the same bus. Now this is a moving bus now. The bus is moving and the passenger is standing. Okay, the passenger is standing inside the bus. And if the driver suddenly press the brake and suddenly the bus stop, then the passenger tends to fall forward. In that case, the passenger tends to fall forward. Now what happens? Why in this case the bus was moving so far, the whole body of the person is also moving, but as soon as the driver press the brake, the bus comes to rest. Suddenly it comes to rest because the driver has pressed the brake at once. Maybe somebody came in front of the bus, and to save his life the driver has suddenly pressed the brake. The bus suddenly stopped. Now as soon as the bus suddenly stopped, the lower part of the person's body comes to rest, but the upper part remain in a state of motion for a fraction of time. And therefore what happens? The upper part goes forward and the lower part remains at that position, and therefore the passenger tends to fall forward. Understand? So in this case also you will have a lot of examples, other examples also of inertia of motion you should learn. And that is the reason, if somebody is jumping out, means alighting from a moving bus or a moving train, then they fall backward. They fall backward. Now, suppose this is the train and the passenger is jumping from the train, and this is the platform. Now the train was in motion so far. So as soon as the passenger falls down, means jumps down, the whole body remains in motion because the passenger was inside the train, and therefore the passenger's body was in motion, and the passenger is jumping out from the moving bus or a moving train. So his body also remain in a state of motion for some time. But since he is jumping on the platform or on the road, the feet comes at rest, but the upper part of the body remains in motion for a fraction of a second, and therefore the person falls forward. Now to avoid this, what the person should do after jumping, he should keep his body in motion for some time, and therefore after jumping he should not stand on that point. He should means move forward or run forward. In which direction? In the direction of the train or in the direction of the bus, he should run in the same direction for a fraction of a second. But although it is never advisable to jump out from a moving bus or a moving train, you should always wait for that. But still, if somebody is jumping, then he should not stop at once. He should continue running for a little bit time and keep his body in motion, and then and he should move in the direction of the bus or direction of the train. So this is about inertia of motion. Okay.